Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 15th. So, this week is kind of interesting to me for you. Uh, I think, let's put it this way, I think you're asking yourself a question of whether or not you should either let something go, let something die, start something new type of situation here. And your answer is yes. Just let's put it that way. So, the first card you have is the Ace of Spades, which is like my death card. Like in the tarot, it represents the similar kind of meanings of the death card in the tarot. It just means that something is dying, or something that you've possibly been working for is dead or dying. I think you're going to be starting something new, plain and simple, is what it means. Whether it be a new job, a new relationship, a new business, something along those lines. But this just simply says that that it's done. Those things are done. I think you're leaving a lot of other stuff, just like baggage in the past as well, is what I think this means. And this came up at the end, but I'm going to pull it now. It's the Ten of Spades. Pretty much means the same thing as the Ace of Spades, and as far as I read it, this is kind of more along the lines of the Ten of Swords in the tarot, which is a guy laying down with a bunch of swords in his back. Kind of means the same thing. It kind of means that you're like leaving stuff behind. It does mean that the worst is over as well. Like all the bad stuff is now, you're past it. I think you've possibly been getting this message from me in the past. I'm not sure. So, it might just be like a recurring theme, just reminding you that it's finally done and over with. Just know that it is done and over with if you're worrying. And next you have the Four of Spades, which is worrying about money, worrying about those things. I think it came up next because I think it's saying that all that stuff is behind you. Actually, Scorpio, I don't know a whole lot about astrology other than what I watch in videos, but from what I understand, Scorpio is actually going to be in a pretty strong position astrologically over the next, good while. I think 6 months plus. Finally, like, I think Scorpio is like finally in their element. Again, don't quote me on it because I'm not an expert on that stuff, but I think that you really don't have to worry about this stuff anymore. And again, these are just worries. It's not like the actual existence of money problems. This is just worrying mentally about money and having money problems and things like that. So it's not actually having them. I shouldn't say that. It's just the thought of it. Next, you have a good card, the Six of Spades. This is the one positive spades card that there is. And, I call this card the ladder. Two other signs have had this card this week for the weeklies. And what I said to both those signs, I'm going to say to you, which is that this does, to me, it also represents like train tracks and you being the train. So the way to think about it is that these are improvements in your life that you're making, but they might start off slow, like a big train starts off kind of slow. At least older trains do. And then when they get enough momentum, then they're really cruising down the tracks. They're flying. So that's one way to think about this card, is it's like you start to see small improvements in your life from starting today till, whenever. Whenever that train stops, right? But you start seeing these incremental improvements, small little improvements, is like that train getting going. And then all of a sudden you reach a point where it's just like improvement after improvement after improvement after improvement. I think a lot of this stuff right here is also saying that, I said this to another sign. It's like we all have universal Stockholm syndrome. We're all used to so much bad stuff. I don't want to say bad, but so much like challenges and things like that we've been getting, that when good things happen to us, we freak out. The opposite of what we should be doing. And it's because we're not used to it. Because, like I said, the universe has been like challenging us and holding us hostage almost. So, just know that it's okay to accept those good things coming. Finally, you have the Six of Diamonds. For some of you, I'm not feeling it too strongly, but for some of you, it could be a breakup or a separation of two things. Could be a actual relationship or just a friendship, business relationship, something like that. But the way I really read this card is it's like you're planting your seeds. It looks like 2 rows of seeds being planted. So it's like you're planting a lot of seeds. I think you've been doing this for a while, but trying to get new projects started, trying to get new jobs, things like that. The good news is that this means that the seeds will be planted and you'll reach success. That's what this card means. So it's not like you're. I feel like Scorpio has possibly, I think you've been, not possibly, I think you've been in a cycle period of doing things and then not getting the results back. So it's like you do something, but there's not an equal exchange of energy. It's like you do something and then nothing happens, or you put out a bunch of applications to a job, you don't get the job, any jobs. You don't even get calls. Maybe it's like that extreme for some of you. Or if you have a business, it's like you're working your butt off in your business. You're doing things that maybe other successful businesses are doing, but you're not seeing return. Well, I think finally that is over for you. And I think you will see these incremental improvements, over the next 6 months, and then it'll just be a whole lot better. I think life will be totally different. So thank you for watching this video.